In the last couple of weeks, it's been just little tiny bits of winter here and there. It hasn't amounted to a whole lot. A lot of nuisances have been around. I think that's what we have around late tonight and into tomorrow morning, at least for some of us. Kind of a nuisance more than anything else. As we get the day started, we'll be in the mid-20s. Could be a few lingering flurries or a little patch of freezing drizzle, especially across the southeast. But elsewhere, there may be a few slick roads left over from what comes just before we talk about breakfast time tomorrow. We get you to lunch. We get a little sunshine. Don't expect to see a lot tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-30s, so a pretty brisk afternoon, with highs topping out in the low 40s as the clouds thicken up during the day, leading to what may be a more interesting system tomorrow night. And interesting is the operative word. Let's get into it here. First thing, let's talk about the MaxTrack Live Doppler. Now, not much going on locally at the moment. We're picking up some snow. You actually have to look up above the banner if you can see it. Up in Indiana and Ohio, a little more significant snow shower. But you expand things out, there's a little bit of very light snow coming across Indiana, western parts of Kentucky, southern Illinois. That's what's going to clip us later on. I mean, in terms of the overall stuff falling out of the sky, 100th or 200th of an inch, and that's going to be it. It's a quick hitter with that light snow or freezing drizzle potential, but still a little bit of that can cause problems. Tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, literally, plus or minus a degree or two is going to make all the difference in the world. Wait till you see the temperature map we got coming up here. Most of the 8-day winter actually does take a break for us. So first, little weak cool front coming in, which is running out of gas as it gets to us. But you see the little bit of stuff associated with it. A snow shower, a little patch of freezing drizzle. That works its way east and southeast by 7 o'clock. Most of that's pushing out of eastern Kentucky. Arctic high will be at the southern periphery of it as we work into tomorrow morning into the afternoon. The front goes stationary at about the Virginia-Kentucky line. Wave of low pressure traveling along said stalling front. That's about a 15-degree swing either side of that front. As that wave develops, it's picking up moisture and bringing it northward. Meanwhile, the Arctic high is trying to force more cold air in here at the surface. Arctic highs especially, the cold air is relatively thin. It slides underneath the warmer air aloft. That's a key as we're getting you into Tuesday evening, with rain breaking out across southern Kentucky, but the northern edge likely will be freezing rain at that point. We continue then to midnight and beyond. The front remains nearly stationary across southeastern Kentucky. Rain, and quite a bit of it, across southern and southeastern Kentucky. Meanwhile, pretty good snow and ice storm on the northern flank of all this. We get you to Wednesday morning. The low is really beginning to crank up more, and it's sucking colder in from a new high coming down. And so we should see another changeover from rain to a little sleet or snow at the very tail end of all this Wednesday afternoon. So let's get into a little more detail here. First of all, along I-71, pretty decent chance for a significant amount of ice from Louisville on up towards Cincinnati. Eastern, southeastern Kentucky, it's going to be almost all rain. It's this 30, 40 mile wide transition zone that's going to wobble back and forth. That's where the plus or minus 2 degrees makes all the difference in the world. What are we talking about? We start to Wednesday, 1 in the morning. You see mid-30s, Richmond, Lexington out up to the north. As we continue through time, watch what happens. Lexington, we stay in the mid-30s. Watch Richmond and southern Kentucky where it's 40s and 50s. By the time we get you to 6 a.m., according to the computer modeling, Lexington mid-30s, Richmond could be 50. It's that front wherever it sets up. And the bottom line is it's going to take about another 12 to 18 hours to figure out exactly where that's going to be. We could see some significant winter weather coming in for Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. Not really significant tonight. We're in the mid-20s, that little freezing drizzle, a little light snow, which continues into the morning, otherwise just variably cloudy tomorrow. We continue Tuesday night into Wednesday. That's when the mess could be here with highs in the mid-30s for Lexington, 50 in London. It stays cool through the end of the week. And more LAX 18 news after this.